Hi there, everyone. You ready for a little lunch for the soul? Oh my goodness, I can't believe that school is about to start in just a few weeks for just about every kiddo in our area. And while you have the last time of summer, why not make it super productive for those teenagers? Productivity and teens usually don't mix sometimes, right? But hey, as parents, we can certainly make that happen. And I have the perfect person to introduce you to today. And if she can't motivate teens, I don't know who can. She is a powerhouse. So without further ado, please welcome Paige Parks. Hi,
Oh,
Paige.
thank
Welcome.
you so much, Melissa. My favorite subject.
Uh, well, for a reason, you do some amazing things with kiddos. So, Paige, as a lot of you probably knows, with Paige Park Center of Modeling and Acting, you are holding a huge event this summer, your teen leadership conference, and this is a just an unbelievable time for teens to really find their true self and what they're worth in this world, right?
And if you don't know your worth, no one else will. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So someone else will take control of that mental thought. So for us, it's very, very important to teach the actual how-to skills to combat these feelings and things that come up as teenagers.
Yeah, well, and I think it's so neat that you take time to do this because you are known. I mentioned earlier you being a powerhouse, and you've built this just empire of a modeling agency. So you're used to seeing people who, I mean, for everybody looking in at your models, we're like, oh my goodness, it must be so nice to be that thin, that beautiful, that successful. But even for them, sometimes they struggle, right? I mean, but this is an event I want to make sure we know for everybody, not just models.
Yes, it is for everyone, but where I got my power to want to do this, or my passion to want to do it, was how much of it I did in the career of modeling or acting or anything they wanted to do next. You know, I receive emails of
Mhm.
girls who went to Page Parks, and they say their life was changed by the things that I taught them how to deal with, how to be a problem solver so we could both be successful.
Mhm.
So I believe that I personally, my little story brand has to do with your parents telling you you can.
Mhm.
No one ever told me that I couldn't. I didn't even, struggle with things like I was a woman or I was this or that. I was just a go-getter, you know? That's the piece when I looked back at my 45-year career that I love the most and that I was the most proud of were true lives I changed, not covers
Mhm.
of magazines.
Wow, that's empowering to be able to hear you say that. That is such a big deal. I want to show a few pictures of what you've done in the past and what we're talking about here. So, first of all, I want to make sure everybody knows when we're talking about. So, this next one's July 28th and the 29th.
Yes, and I'm the teacher.
You're it. I mean, that is as good as it gets. We take a look here and we've got it looks like imperfect. Explain that.
Well, this is
Or
to
I but
show
we're making it I'm, right? I'm perfect.
right. This
Mhm.
is to show how a slight change of thought
Mhm.
can change an entire direction of everything.
Mhm.
I mean, when we fill ourselves with I am statements that are good, there are no perfect people even allowed. You know, we are talking about shifts of your state of mind.
Mhm.
So instead of imperfect, to me and to you, it needs to say, I'm perfect. So a
And I
little
think that
apostrophe.
is so empowering for kiddos because we all have that negative little part in our brain, right? That just chatters in the background all the time. And you're trying to knock that down. Are you able to give these kids skills and just put that to the forefront of their mind of how perfect they can be and that they are, that they're perfectly them.
Yes, yes, yes. I again feel as if my own story brought me down a path of using just what I had been given,
Mhm.
as opposed to wishing I was academic or wishing I was athletic. Um, you have to really learn how to get what you already have and run that through your head.
Mhm.
I was a good friend. I was kind. I was generous. I was serious. But you have to know your worth, and it's not beyond you. It's not on Instagram.
Mhm.
Your worth is within you, within the actions you take towards others. And
Mhm.
the fact that I had to teach models and talent to think this way, or we could not make it.
Yeah.
So now I just want to offer it to regular teens that are trying to
Mhm.
put together the puzzle pieces.
Well, and something that can be so difficult for anybody, I feel like even especially a teenager who might not be comfortable in their skin yet, is public speaking. How much can that help them as they move forward, whether it's trying to, you know, prepare for to talk in front of a group of people to get a scholarship. I mean, there's so many things where they need to feel comfortable to be able to pull that off that could really help their future.
100%. I've had girls and guys call me that their college application was accepted, and something that had set them apart was the study of leadership, because it's a rare thing today. You're
Mhm.
from a different world where we had no other choice to get out except make a plan.
Mhm.
We were always working towards it. So kids today think everything is instant, and we spend a lot of time talking about how to build your brand, not just on Instagram.
Mhm. Yeah, and I do think that social media rules our kids, and you have even speakers to talk to that and make them realize that Instagram doesn't rule the world, so to speak.
Yes, absolutely. There are powerful speakers that
Mhm.
have experience, a lot of experience in this particular area, but we're also trying to teach them to lean in to uncomfortable
Mhm.
conversations so
Mhm.
that you tell the truth. People, kids, parent, I think it comes down from the parents. If the kids are seeing them always posing, and I never posed one day with my kids at the pool. It's just, again, a different time, but you don't want that to be your mainstay.
Mhm. Mhm. You even talk about conflict resolution during your conference. How important is it for teenagers to understand that and really have those tools in their toolbox to be able to figure out how to pull it off correctly? Because we know there's some very unhealthy ways to do that,
Yes.
right?
And I think the best about all of these things that you're talking about is that they're learned skills.
Mhm.
These are not things, some of us have done better at it than others.
Mhm.
Some of us have done better at it because of what has already happened to
Mhm.
us.
Mhm.
Some of us don't ever get it, So this is about connecting the dots and realizing that you can control the outcome, that you can tell yourself good things, hold your posture right, and say something to yourself that is an affirmation, and you can walk in that room and do it.
Mhm. And so
It's
they
hard
learn
for a
those
parent
skills.
to get
Yeah.
it, to
Mhm.
get them to listen.
Mhm.
I think in our case, we're a voice that for some reason has some longevity to the kids.
Mhm. How we were talking a little bit earlier about that negative chatter. How do you work with these kids to really switch them over into a more positive thinking state of mind. I feel like that can help them with their grades. It can help the way they relate to their
Absolutely.
teachers, to all their peers. I mean, there's so many areas in their life, even to their own families, that can make a difference. We know it's easy to get into that negative state, but what are some of those tools that you help use to teach them that?
Well, the tools that we use to help teach it are the same tools that I still use today. It's your physiology,
Mhm.
it's your speech to yourself, and it's your focus. So you just put together a routine where I call it a power move, and you actually break through fears. Um, and then they go away. You know, you have to recognize these feelings are real. Anxiety is real. Depression is real. This isn't necessarily what we started out doing here, but to make stars, they needed foundations to stand on.
Mhm.
And that's how I began to want to share it.
And then there's also things that can really make a difference. And I feel like teens, this is going to be the last thing on their mind, but just how important nutrition is for their bodies and just their overall health, and for them to be aware that all things are not created equally when it comes to that topic, right? For
Well,
even for your mood balance, even I don't think they
oh
realize
my
the
goodness.
importance.
If for nothing else, the mood
Yeah.
balance. I think what's amazing is that it's grandmothers and mothers that see this type of advice and know how needed it is.
Mhm.
I think that they can understand why kids are where they are now. You know,
Mhm.
we ate in the house for like 3 years. So when they learn that a baked potato equals 17 tablespoons of sugar, you know, they get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
a very, you act it all out, you play games, you get out of your comfort zone, and then you learn.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, and but they just need somebody to bring that awareness that maybe might not be mom and dad. They might actually listen to you a little
Well,
more
and
than you're like, "Yeah, yeah, mom, whatever." That's what I hear a lot.
but also I have 3 teenagers, and I didn't
Yeah.
tell you all of mine listen to me. I am telling you that it it it's amazing to take control of their thought process at this young
Mhm.
age,
Mhm.
because most people end up in this type of seminar or something at
Mhm.
a much later point in life when they're already hurt and they've
Mhm.
already hurt other people.
Mhm.
So it's just invaluable. I don't care if you wanna be an attorney, bring them in to learn these skills.
Sure. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. I take a look at this photo and I just think about how that has to feel good. They get their certificate at the end of it all. So this is not the first one you've had. You've had multiple. About how many seminars have you done now?
Oh, I would say there's probably been about 10. It is
Mhm.
my personal project, so
Mhm.
I tell people about it at the airport, up and down the hallways in my office. We have to make a difference, guys. Teenagers are not what we were,
Yeah, so
and
true.
I'm not saying that was any good,
Yeah.
but can you imagine adding all of this visual, just how you're not supposed to win all the time. It's
Mhm.
supposed to be a win-win. That's how
Mhm.
life works.
No, I can't. I really can't imagine being a teen. I look at it from, the standpoint of how do they do it, and that's why we need to support them as much as we can, right?
And
Let
they inspire me for
Oh,
some
yeah.
reason, yeah.
For sure. Okay, let's just talk about what you hear once they've gone through it. What's the feedback, not only perhaps from the teens, but parents? Because I know that you hear some really good stuff after somebody has gone through this.
Well, it's life changing because they begin to take that action step that has never come to fruit at talking about what they want to do in life, what they want to do at the dinner table. You know, they have to take action each day towards something that will bring closer results. So it they're amazed. They don't even know how to address a letter. One of the things you do is write a letter to yourself. But, today they just have a different skill, and
Yeah,
it is valuable.
sure, sure.
But
Handwritten notes not on the top of the priority list. Everything's by text,
Woo!
right?
I mean, but we had to write them. We were
Yeah.
building our business, our brand.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think people need to still say thank you, even
Oh
for
yeah.
for
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Okay, so let's talk about everything that people need to know if they say, you know what, I'm sold on this idea. I want to get my
Mhm.
kiddo involved. So it's actually at your Center of Modeling and
Yes.
Acting.
Yes, it's at the Page Parks facilities on Old Katy Road.
Hmm.
Also, there have been different scholarships that have been earned to this program. We also have it open to the public. It's 2 days, full days, and it's $750. I'm
Hmm.
sure if you say you called from this show that they will present you with a discount. But just bring your teens in and have the biggest dreams you can for them, because promise they will fall down. So we got to
Hmm.
start up high.
Yeah, we got to build them up and do whatever we can to set them up for just super achievements in this world. Okay, and then I also have this phone number. So does it matter if they email or call? How do you prefer them to register?
I think it's great to go ahead and email.
Okay.
Today is my day off and there's no one in here, but I sure can't wait to teach you on Friday and
Oh, I
Saturday.
love that. Oh, it's going to be an amazing time, and I just am so hopeful that these kids are going to learn so much. What is at the end of the day? What is your hope for them? What do you want to do to make a difference in these kids' lives?
I think I would like to put them so far out of their comfort zone that they realize how much they lose by being closed up.
That is unbelievable to think about. I want all parents who are watching this right now just to picture that. We know that it's hard sometimes to get teens to even talk to you, right? How was
Well,
your
this
day?
is
Good.
the best-selling program at Page Parks.
Uh-huh.
People come in, they wanna be a model, they wanna be an actor, but they have the brain capacity of not building a business. So,
Mhm.
this is important.
Yeah, it is. And it doesn't matter. And again, what you want to do in life, you do not have to be a model to be involved in this. I can't say that enough, right? I mean, these are
Well, and
just,
the other thing is I was never a model, I was never
Mhm.
an actress.
Even though you look like both,
Oh, I
looks can
was
be
a girl
deceiving.
who took what I had and did the thing I didn't wanna do most at the first of the day.
Hmm.
That's the only way you get here.
Hmm. Well, congratulations on your huge success, not
Thank
only with your
you.
modeling and acting agency, but just making such a difference in these kids' lives. I've been blessed to be able to feature some people who've been through this program before and to hear from their own mouths of how life changing it was. That's huge to be a part of that. How much does it mean to you to hear these kids say that it
Well,
really made a
honestly, I think
difference?
I always treated them this way. I treated
Yeah.
them as special. I gave them my full attention. I
Hmm.
paid them. I listened to them. I gave them the power that they really were the commodity at this
Yeah.
company.
Oh, well, I love that, Paige. Thanks for sharing this with
Take
me
care.
and with all of our viewers. And I hope that you just have a super, super successful one and get tons of kiddos there.
One teen at a time.
That's what it takes. All right, Paige. Thank you again.
Thank you. Take care. Thank
You
you.
too. All right. And just a reminder to you all, you can join me every Wednesday right here for Lunch for the Soul. If you have any ideas, you can reach out to me. You can easily find me at Fox. You can head on over to fox26houston.com, search About Us. You can find me there, or you can always email me at melissa.wilson@fox.com. Meanwhile, I hope to see you back here, same place, same time next Wednesday. Have a beautiful day.